Around the horn of Bill Plaschke, the question is, could this year's Bucs be better than last year's Bucs?
Here's my trivia question for you, Tony. How many NFL games have been won by quarterbacks age 44 and over? The answer is 1. Vinny Testaverde, 1 in 4. That's the entirety of the resume of a 44-year-old quarterback. Tom Brady's great. Last season was so sweet. This is not going to be an encore. Brady's coming off knee surgery, and he had a bout with COVID. The rest of the team, they're all back. That's a good thing. That's also a bad thing. There's no infusion of new hunger in there. All these guys have already won their rings now. There's not going to be the push there was last year. And also the health. Last year, they were by far the healthiest team in the league. That's a lot of matter of luck. Is that going to happen again?
Just hold on one second, Bill. Do you see the faces of your colleagues here? Do you see how much joy you give them when you say things
I've
like
seen
no
those faces
infusion
for 18 years.
Frank Isola, you want in here? Get on in here, Frank.
18 years.
The last time I won on this show, I was 44 years old, a long, long time ago. I am happy you mentioned Vinny Testaverde. By the way, Bill, he's a New Yorker. Here's what you're forgetting. There's only 17 games. It's not 82 like the NBA, 162 like baseball. The hunger is there to repeat and do something that hasn't been done since the Patriots in 03-04 when the quarterback was Tom Brady. Tom Brady right now, with all the knowledge he has in his head, much like LeBron, they know how to build a team. They know how to make it work. Last year, Tom Brady, completion percentage up, quarterback rating was up, and he doesn't have to be that great because they have a terrific defense. This team wants to win the Super Bowl. Bruce Arians has talked about wanting to repeat. They have something to be hungry about, Bill. It's called repeating.
I don't see
All right. Do you believe the Buccaneers are better this year than last year, Frank?
Yes, and I think they're smarter,
and
too.
do you believe they'll repeat this year?
No, I don't.
You
answer the question, Frank.
Let's bring Israel Gutierrez in there. You can answer both those questions.
I mean, Bill busting out the hunger analytics here and say, I mean, come on. It's Tom Brady. Like, if there's anybody who lacks complacency at any point in his career, it's Tom Brady. Like, when you're on a Tom Brady team at this point in your career, you join that fight for whatever it is, 8 rings now. You join that battle for making him the greatest of all time in all of sports. That's all the hunger or motivation you need. Now, I don't think they're going to repeat. I do think that they were incredibly lucky last year when it came to health. And when you look at the roster at any point last year, outside of when they got to the playoffs, you never thought, wow, this is a runaway Super Bowl team. Now, because it's the last thing we saw, we feel like, hey, this is a runaway Super Bowl team. Well, a lot of things can change. If Aaron Rodgers makes one different decision in an NFC Championship game, then maybe, we're looking at the Bucs entirely differently here. So I don't think hunger is going to be the problem. I think not being able to repeat the good fortune of last year is going to be the main problem, and they will not repeat.
When this
also, I will say this, though. Yeah. This is probably why Bill Belichick kept everything quiet. Because when your coach is saying, hey, might be the best season ever, you're setting expectations a little too high.
L. Duncan, there are no expectations that are too high for you. Please, go ahead.
This is the worst day of the year for sports pundits because you either pick against Tom Brady and you're proved to be a moron, or you pick him and people call you lazy. So you're really damned if you do and damned if you don't in this situation. I actually disagree with Frank. I don't think Tom Brady is motivated by simply running it back because he's already done that. I think Tom Brady is motivated to go perfect. It's the only thing he's never done, right? It's the only thing he's never done. That is frightening. But I'm going to die on this hill because I have been saying this for months now, even on this show. Yes, the Bucs got better, right? Because they are healthier despite being the healthiest team. They lost O.J. Howard. Antonio Brown now apparently looks to be good. Tom Brady apparently moving better because he had knee surgery. And they didn't have COVID last year, as Bruce Arians said. But I'm going to die on this hill. You have to get better to repeat. You can't stay the same because of attrition. The Chiefs got better. So, no, I don't think that they are necessarily better team, and I don't think they're going to win this.
Lasky back in.
What else said? That's it. That's it.
Phil, you had a big lead to start. Now you're going the wrong way.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.